Hey everybody, GEOARM Security here. Today I'm going to show you how to wire the transformer to the Honeywell L5210 all-in-one home and business security system. One of the biggest misconceptions is that this alarm system will come with a transformer that's already wired to the panel and all you have to do is plug it in. That's not the case because the manufacturers don't know how long of a cable you're going to need to reach from the transformer to the panel. So you really only have two options. You can either use the LT cable, which will come with the male end, which will get plugged directly into the panel, and the other ends, which will go directly in the transformer, come prepared for you already with those little forks. Today we're going to show you how to do it without the LT cable for whatever reason you need it longer than the 7.5 foot LT cable. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to need some wire strippers. You want to take the 22 gauge by 2 wire and you're going to want to expose a decent amount of this outer conduit, and what you're going to do is you're going to find the wire little area that works best with this 22 gauge by 2 wire. Once you've located it, you're going to go ahead and push off the white conduit and we'll be exposing the inside wiring. You want to make sure you don't damage any of this, any of the internal wires. You don't want to expose any of the copper. Now what you want to do is expose the copper from these, from the black and the red wire. So to do that, you're going to, at least on ours, it's going to be the smallest setting for the wire stripper. You're going to press down gently, not too hard, and go ahead and slide off. Then you can go ahead and twist the strands together, making them stronger. You're going to do the same for the red. Expose a little extra copper. This is going to be the end that's going to get wired into the transformer. And you want to expose a little bit of the outer conduit, that way there's some flexibility, which will allow you to use both of the terminals on the transformer. Now we're going to go ahead and prepare the other end, which will be going into the back of the panel. This one I like to prepare a little bit differently. Expose a little less of this conduit, the outer conduit, and I like to expose a little less of the black and red wires, and I'll show you why in just a moment here. Just a very small amount. Twist together. Do the same for the red. And twist that together. Just like so. You'll notice that each one of these ends is just a little bit different. This is for the transformer. This goes into the back of the panel. Now we're going to be working with the end for the transformer. We're going to go ahead and wire that up first. You will need a Phillips or a flathead small screwdriver. Go ahead and open up these terminals if you haven't already, about 3 screws. Most importantly, you want to make sure that you use the red for the positive and the black for the negative. And what I like to do is turn the transformer on its back like so, and you'll see there's little mounting plates in there. I like to have those drop down. Now we are going to take the black wire in between the screw and the plate, and then you're just going to go ahead and screw that down nice and snug, and then make sure that mounting plate is forward towards the screw. Do the same for the red wire. You can hold it down from the top and go ahead and screw that down. Just like that. Give it a little tug. Make sure the red is into the positive and the black is into the negative with no copper touching in any area. Now that we have the transformer prepared, we will take the opposite end of the wire, keep that handy, and we're going to turn the 5210 on its side, depressing the tabs to open the panel. like so. Go ahead and take the 22 gauge by 2 wire, run it through the back. I like to use this little area here. Now, pay very close attention. We're going to be working with these two terminals on the right, 9VDC and GND. Go ahead and unscrew them just a little bit, allowing for entry into the terminals. And take your red wire, insert it into 9VDC. Notice right here how I've exposed less copper, so it's going to fit in there beautifully. Once you do that, go ahead and screw it in. And all of this should be done with the transformer not plugged in, of course, because you don't want to short the panel out. Do the same for the GND with the black wire. Go ahead and screw that in. Now you don't want to screw too tight with the metal screw in the plastic terminal. You don't want to crack the terminals in any way. Once you give them a little tug and they're in there solid, you can go ahead and pull the excess through the back. Close the panel up, and now you should be ready to power the panel up. As you can see, the panel is going through its booting process. Once it gets to the end of this, it'll take us to the home screen, which will be frozen essentially for a few moments. I'm going to show you how to expedite that. Once you get to the system standby screen, hold down the home button for a few seconds, which will expedite that process for you. And that's how you hardwire the transformer into the L5210 panel without the LT cable.